Namaste, namaste, and welcome to Monday Midday Chair Yoga. This is our 5th week of term, and we've been really focusing on doing things that help us to add a little bit of strength to our practice. And today we're going to do that, but with no equipment. So we just need our chairs, and that is all. We're going to start right at the front of our seats so that we can find that inner lift to sit tall. Rest the hands and arms wherever they're comfortable. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that, or just gaze gently down. And we're going to take a just moment to mentally step away from everything else that's going on around us. All the things that weigh on our shoulders and on our minds. And step into that quiet space, that peaceful place where we can practice yoga. As you make that mental shift, and for some of us it's a physical shift as well, to a place in the house where we only do yoga, we can feel that sense of heaviness on our minds and shoulders easing, a little lightness to the crown of the head, a softness to the forehead and shoulders and jaw. Take a moment to feel how you're feeling right now. Be aware of any areas of stiffness or tension or discomfort. Working compassionately with those places throughout the practice. Notice at least one part of the body that feels peaceful, spacious, and at ease. Allowing that sense of ease to ripple out from wherever it's centered, softening any tension it finds as it goes. Draw your awareness to your breath. Notice the natural rhythm of your breath. Whenever you're ready, you can gently deepen the breath. As you breathe in, filling the space of the lungs. And as you breathe out, just slow and steady, gently engaging across your navel to exhale fully. Long, deep breath in, letting the breath lift you tall. A long, slow, steady breath out, engaging the belly muscles to exhale completely. Soften the belly to breathe into the sides of the body, the back and the chest. Slow and steady breathing out, engaging to breathe out completely. Soften the belly to breathe into the rib cage, the collarbones, the shoulder blades. Long, slow breath out. Keep breathing in this manner, filling the body with air, charging the body with energy and prana for our practice. On your last deep breath in, let that breath again lift you really tall. And as you exhale, gently draw your chin towards your chest. Feeling that sense of length down the back of the neck, maybe across the shoulders or between the shoulder blades. And we can ease the right ear towards the right shoulder, and then the chin back towards the chest, and the left ear to the left shoulder. So we're just gently going from side to side. There's no place that we need to get to. We just want to make movements that feel good in the neck, shoulders. It's helpful to keep your mouth closed just to feel that increased sense of length down the sides of the neck. When your right ear comes to your right shoulder in this next time, you might like just to hang out here. Now, this might be enough just to hold this position, or you might like to allow your left arm to be heavy or press the left palm to the floor. And if all of that feels really good, not too intense, you might like to gently lift and lower your chin, a gentle nod of the head. So all of these are optional extras. Everything in the class is optional, of course. The next time your chin comes down, you can bring your chin to your chest, relax your left arm. And then from here, rolling the left ear to the left shoulder, just seeing if this side is different. Maybe it needs a different thing. Just a steady hold here, or letting the right arm be heavy or pressing the right palm to the floor. And if all that feels great, maybe a gentle lift and lower of the chin. Our object with our practice is to find ease of movement, to find that gracefulness, that fluidity. You don't get any prizes for doing the most difficult thing. The next time your chin comes down towards your chest, allowing it to come all the way to the center of the chest, relax the right arm, and then bringing your head to center. Bottom teeth over top teeth to lift the chin forward. And then slowly back to center, relaxing the jaw, chin all the way to the chest. Pause for a moment here and simply smile before bringing the head back to an upright position. Hopefully that feels great on the head and neck, and then just rolling the shoulders a few times, and the opposite way as well. So we're going to do a little bit of lymphatic stimulation, which is it's the effect that it has. We're doing some patting and tapping on the body, but it has the effect of stimulating the lymph. So we're going to start here at the chest, and we're just going to cross our arms across our chest and tap gently on the opposite side of the chest. If you really want to, you can do it with the hands on the same size. It's just quite nice to do it with the hands crossed across the body. Keeps everything nice and close. And you can tap first with the flat of your fingers or the flat of your hands. You can change the cross of your hands if it helps as well. And then working with your fingertips into that area all the way from the center of the upper part of the chest to the shoulders, across the shoulder blade, not the shoulder blades, the collarbones, above and below the collarbones as well. And then we're going to separate the hands and bring them to the center of the chest, and then just work them steadily out. We're underneath the collarbone now. Just working them steadily from center to out, not in and out, just from center to out. Lovely job. And then we're going to take one hand and just, with maybe a softly closed fist, gently tap all the way around the top of the shoulder and the outside of that side of the chest, and then do the same on the other side. Feels good, hopefully nothing too intense, but just nice and relaxed. And then we're going to take two soft fists and just Tarzan ourselves. So we're tapping on the chest, and we're going to exhale with a little vocalization. So deep breath in. And we're going to do that two more times. So deep breath in. And this time, fingertips only. Deep breath in. And relax. Take a couple of deep breaths or soft, slow breaths with the arms relaxed. Really nice. So hopefully you feel that sense of stimulated vigor, which is really nice. And we can do the same sort of patting and tapping with our arms as well. So we're going to start with the left hand tapping the back of the right hand, and then we're going to tap all the way up the back of the right arm towards the back of the shoulder, just reaching to wherever you naturally get to. Don't worry about getting to anywhere in particular. All the way around the top of the shoulder, the back of the shoulder, maybe towards the side of the neck a little, and then down the inside of the arm to the palm of the hand. Let's do that 2 more times. The back of the hand, up the back of the arm towards the shoulder, tapping all the way around the shoulder, the back of the shoulder that you can reach to, the side of the neck, and then turning the palm upwards, tapping down the inside of the arm to the palm of the hand. And 1 more time. Back of the hand, tapping up the outside of the arm, all the way around the shoulder, turning the palm upwards, tapping down the inside of the arm to the palm of the hand. We're going to swap hands. Right hand tapping the back of the left hand, all the way up the left arm, the outside of the arm. Just on this first round, spending a bit of time getting all the way around the shoulder. Feel free to move in any way that allows you to do that, maybe the side of the neck briefly. And then turning the left palm upwards, coming down the inside of the left arm to the left hand. And we'll do 2 more. Up the back of the hand, back of the arm, top of the shoulder, all the way around the shoulder, particularly the head of the shoulder. And then turning the palm all the way down the inside of the arm to the hand. And last time, tapping up the back of the arm. Top of the shoulder, around the shoulder, maybe the side of the neck, turning the palm down the inside of the arm to the palm of the hand. And again, just resting the arms down, finding a little bit of stillness, observing the effect of your practice. Deep breath in and deep breath out. I'm going to roll the shoulders a little bit, maybe one and then the other. We can roll in this direction, and then we can roll in the opposite direction as well. Excellent. So we're going to sit for a moment, perhaps just a little bit more firmly on our seats, so that we can really find that sense of support from the floor, pressing the feet in and lengthening the body up. And we're going to do sun breathing now. So we're going to take those really stimulated arms, chest and lungs and work with the energy that we've galvanized. So turning your palms out, you're going to breathe in as the arms come up. It doesn't matter how high up they come, but if you want, you can bring the palms towards each other over the head. And then turn the palms to face out the way and breathe out as the arms come down. Imagine dragging your hands through thickened air. Turning the palms out, breathing in as you lift the arms up, maybe a gentle lift of the chin or the chest, not too cramped, and breathing out as the arms float down to the side, dragging them through the air, widening the fingers, feeling the movement of air through the hands. Breathing in, pressing into the feet, lengthening the back of the body. Breathing out. Go at your own rhythm of breath if it's slower or faster. Breathing in. Breathing out. We want this movement to last for the whole of the breath. So we finish moving the arms up as we finish inhaling, even if we don't get the arms over the head. And we finish exhaling as the arms finish coming down to the side. There's no pause in the breath, it just keeps going. Let's do one more like this. At the end of your breath, just resting your hands back onto your lap. Palms can be turned up or down, maybe slightly soften the effort in your legs. And just allow your eyes to gently close or gaze downward and observe the effect of your practice so far. When you're ready, you can gently blink the eyes open. We'll take our awareness away from the upper body and into the feet. So we want to have the feet so somewhere where we can move them easily. So you probably want them just slightly back towards you, not all the way, but just so that your knees are resting over the middle of your feet. We're going to lift both heels and then float the heels down, lift both toes, both sets of toes. Hopefully there's more than two toes, but both sets of toes. Onto the toes to lift the heels, onto the heels to lift the toes. And just going up and down. For those who feel super fancy, you can come onto the ball of the foot and then up onto the actual tip of the toes if you wish to, but you don't have to. Just making sure that you feel that you're moving your ankle, engaging your low leg as much as feels comfortable for you. One more like this. And then we're going to go alternate. So heel up on one side, toes on the other, and go from one to the other. So this sometimes requires a little bit of brain gym to make sure you get some toes off the floor. So most people are quite good at raising their heels, not so much the toes. So really engaging to lift the toes back towards you on the foot that's doing that action. Very good. Let's do two more to each side. And then floating the feet down, we're going to slide ourselves slightly back in our seats so that we can support the length of the thigh and then lean back into the chair. And then raising your feet to wherever is comfortable. They could be right out in front of you, it could be lower down, just making some ankle circles here. And they don't need to be quick. Mine tend to be quick, but actually slower is better. And I've just made that mental note, noticed, and I can slow down now. We can go the opposite way as well. Very good. And this is a really nice one to do in the evenings. I know I say it often, but I do it myself in the evenings as well. So just have a go if you don't already. And then softening the effort of the legs for a moment, we're just going to lengthen one leg and then the other. Lengthen one leg and then the other. Trying to gently press the back of the body perhaps into the chair, firming the belly muscles, really feeling the activation of these muscles in the front of the thighs. Let's take a moment to rest. We'll just let the feet swing from side to side or make circles if that feels good. And then we're going to do the same practice, but pointing the toe as we lengthen and then flexing the foot as we bring the heel back towards us. So pointing the toe as you lengthen and flexing the foot as you bring the leg back towards you. So if you can do both at the same time, alternate sides, you might find that okay. I really have to concentrate on this. So maybe you'll find it easier than I do, which is great. If you can't do alternate, you just do one at a time and then the other side. No problem. And if you really struggle both at the same time, it's slightly more challenging for the center of the body to do that. But our bodies like doing both sides the same. So if one side is harder than the other, your strong side can support your side that finds it more challenging. Very good. So what were we doing? Honestly, I find the one that you do alternate really toughy. Let's just do one more to each side. And then rest the legs. Goodness gracious, what a lot of work. So we're going to slide slightly forward on our chairs and take the feet nice and wide with the heels of the feet on the floor and just roll in circles. The closer to the edge of your seat you go, the more wriggling your hips can do, or the more wriggling your thigh bones in your hip sockets can do. And we can go the opposite way as well. Very good. Well done, guys. We're going to bring our feet back towards us And do our sit to stands now. So rolling the shoulder blades up and back and down, opening the chest, feet directly underneath your knees, and really firm amount of buttocks on the seat, nice and firm in the belly muscles. And just reach forward to do a light hover of the hips and then reach back. So reaching forward to hover and release gently, gracefully, reaching forward and release. Let's do one more like this. And release. Let's do the same thing, but bring the right foot back towards us. So the right toes are on the floor, and the left foot is exactly where it was. We don't move that at all. Firm in the belly muscles. We're reaching forward. We have to do slightly different things with our legs to support as we come into this hover position with the legs staggered. And by practicing this, it means we've got more variety of strength to draw on for those moments when we need it. We're going to swap the feet. So take your right foot, put it back where the left foot is, and draw the left foot back, tuck the toes under. Tall, sitting tall, firm in the belly muscles, just giving that light hover and release. And it doesn't matter if you don't get the buttocks off the chair, it's the intention. It's pressing into the feet, using the legs. We'll do one more here. And release. Very good. Take the feet back to the starting position. And we're going to come all the way up into standing. But we'll hover first. So we're still practicing that hovering position, nice and firm in the belly. Hover first and then press into the legs and uncurl yourself to standing. Maybe take the arms wide, maybe open the chest, maybe let the hips come forward ever so slightly. And then we go back the way we came. We're bending from the knees, reaching the hands forward, reaching the tailbone backwards, and lightly sitting down. Very good. Let's do 4 more of these. Hover, stand all the way tall, and then lengthen the tailbone back as you reach the hands forward. With counterbalance on the way down. Hover, press through the legs, stand all the way tall. And then that counter-levering type action to sit down again. One more all the way up and down. And then we're going to come up to standing and stay standing. So this time, hover, press to stand tall, float your arms down to your side, and now you're standing. Take a moment just to feel your feet into the floor. Should hopefully feel really grounded because we've done such a lot of work into those feet as we've been doing our practice. So from here, we can stand really tall, soften the shoulders down, turn the palms forward, engage in the belly muscles. Maybe close the eyes or gaze gently downward if you prefer. Take a few deep breaths and arrive in this position, enjoying that sensation of being connected downward, strong and stable in the base, but that lightness and lift in the crown of the head. And then very gently blinking your eyes open or raising your gaze if you are simply looking downwards, and then taking your weight off one foot and the other, giving the legs a little shake out. Perfect. So I'm going to move my chair just to one side. And of course, we'll probably come to use it again in our practice, but we are going to do a little movement for the hips here. That now that we're up, we can move them a little bit more freely. So a little soft in the knees. We're going to start with some hip circles. Just a little wriggle around in a circle. And it doesn't really matter what happens to your upper body. If you want your upper body to go with you, that's fine. If you want to keep your upper body more still, that's okay too. Do whichever of these comes most naturally. We often practice both, but today we're just doing one. We're going to go the opposite way as well. If you wish to practice both, of course you can. And certainly for those who are quite used to class, then you might find that comes quite naturally to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Lovely job. We're going to come back to center and then lengthen the legs for a moment, roll the shoulders up, back and down, and let the fingertips be heavy. We're going to soften the knees and gently twist from side to side. It's a little different kind of action here across the center of the body. Our normal Caddyshack rest though coming a bit later in class than it normally does. Soft in the shoulders, relaxed in the arms, wrapping the arms around the body, the hands tapping wherever they fall. And the tapping that we do with our upper body earlier is very similar to the type of tapping that we're doing now with the arms around the bottom of the torso. If you are comfortable, the head can follow the movement. If not, just leave your head more centered. Not a problem at all. For those who wish to, you can add a pivot on the toes, just checking that your weight feels steady and centered in the middle of the movement, particularly if you're going to add a little bounce in the knees. I've done that automatically, just felt like the right thing to do. And of course, everything is optional. If you wish to, touching the opposite shoulder in front of you, opposite side of the body behind you. And we're going to begin to work our way back to standing steady again. So we'll lose the bounce, simply pivot for a moment, and then burn the feet into the floor and sway slowly back to center. As you come to center, we stand tall one more time, lifting the shoulders up, back and down. Nice, big, deep breath out. Perfect. Now, I've had my jumper on all of this time because it's been a bit chilly today. I'm going to whip it off now. Our sunshine seems to have disappeared, and I think the blood has thinned. So we're so used to it being warm that now it feels extra cold now that it's just the normal temperature for the time of year. However, we're going to do a little Tai Chi or Qigong really practice for the arms, and it's based on that. So this isn't pure Qigong, and please don't misunderstand. I'm not a Qigong teacher, but these movements of the arms are fantastic for promoting openness across the chest and a gentle postural strength across the upper back. And they are also really good for mobilizing the shoulders and supporting the movements of the neck and head as well. You can do all of these sitting down if you like, not a problem at all. Please be comfortable. So we're going to start with, maybe if I turn ever so slightly sideways, this will be good. Start with the feet perhaps a little wider than your hips, maybe about shoulder width apart. They can have the toes turned out slightly if you like. And we're just going to let our weight settle into the center of the foot and then soften the knees a little. So they're not really bent, but they're just not straight. And that helps us to keep the muscles in the legs really active. And we're also going to firm the muscles of the belly as well. We're going to start with draping the hands, the fingertips towards the floor, the elbows close to the body. And imagine someone's got a string on the back of your hand and you're floating the hands up to about chest height, shoulder height, and then just gently drawing the palms of the hands down through the air to around about waist height or hip height. So it doesn't really matter. There's no precise with this. It's all about feel. So as we settle into this set of poses, we want to have that sense of draping the fingertips to the floor as the hands rise, and the sense of gently moving the hands through the air as the palms fall towards the floor. Let's move with our breath as well. So breathing in as we raise the arms up. Breathing out as the palms float down to the floor. Don't need to be really rigid in the upper body, but the elbows are relatively close to the body. Breathing in. Breathing out. Then we can also activate the legs. So as we breathe in, we just slightly straighten the legs. And as we breathe out and float the hands down, the knees gently bend, perhaps even a little deeper than they did before. Breathing in. breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. We're just going to do one more of these. Moving at the rate of your breath if it's different from this rhythm. As we come to rest, we're going to lengthen the legs and just turn the palms onto the body wherever they're comfortable and rest them for a moment so we can soften the shoulders and just wriggle anything that needs wriggling. And I'll show you our next movement. So just watching for now. For our next movement, we're going to do a very similar thing. We're going to start with just the arms, breathing in as we come up and out, and then breathing out and down. And the down movement will be much slower than the breathing in, up and out. Breathing out and down. Okay, once we've done it a few times and it feels familiar, we can add the little soft bounce of the knees as well, if you like. So in your center, little nice heaviness into the feet, particularly perhaps the heels of the feet, and then also a soft bend in the knees. Arms are quite close to the body at the first part of this movement. We have those drapey fingertips. We're going to breathe in as we draw the arms up and out to the side, and then breathing out as we float the arms down to the sides. Breathing in as we lift the backs of the hands up and out. Breathing out and down. Arms aren't coming super high. Let's see if we can do this with our knees as well. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Feel free to follow your own rhythm of breath if it's faster or slower. Breathing in. Breathing out. Let's do one more like this. Breathing in. Breathing out. Excellent. Just resting the hands onto the center of the body anywhere that feels good to relax, relaxing the legs. If you wish to, you can do a little dancing shoulders, dancing hips as you choose. And remember, you can sit down at any time during this practice. So our next bit of the practice, we are going to turn the palms upwards. We're going to lift the hands up as if we were scooping something towards the chest, and then turn the palms to press down. And then we're going to reach the arms forward in front of us, palms are turned outwards, and then draw the arms back down to the side. So we have 2 breaths for this movement. Let us settle into our soft knee position to begin with. We're breathing in as we turn the palms up, gather something towards the chest, and then turn the palms down, breathing out as we press the hands down. Breathing in as we reach the arms, palms facing out in front of the body and up, and breathing out as we draw the arms in a circle around the body and down to the sides. Turn the palms up, breathe in. Turn palms down, breathe out. Palms facing out, breathe in, lengthen the arms away from you, and breathe out as you draw the arms down around the sides of the body. Breathing in, palms turned up. Breathing out, palms turned down. Breathing in, reach the arms, if you can, reaching towards that space over the head. Breathing out as the arms float down to the side. Let's do this with our knees as well. Breathing in, palms turned up, knees lengthen. Breathing out, bending the knees as we settle and float the palms down. Breathe in as we lengthen the arms in front of the body and up, lifting in the belly muscles. Breathing out, arms float down to the side. Soften the knees, and then we breathe in to lengthen and lift. Breathing out as we settle down, softening the knees again. Breathing in, lengthen and lift forward and up. Breathing out, softening arms and knees down to the side. Arms down to the side and knees. One more time, breathing in. breathing out. Breathing in forward and up. Breathing out, arms floating down to the side. This time we're going to turn our palms towards each other and just lengthen the legs. See if you can feel that sensation and energy between the hands, maybe between the palms of the hands, like a almost intangible sense of connection. Some people get a spongy feeling if you draw the hands together and apart. Don't worry if you feel nothing at all. We're going to take that ball of energy and place it into the center and just allow our hands to rest there just for a moment and then release. Very good. We're going to shake out the legs a little bit, maybe just find a little movement across the feet, maybe just a little march in place for those who enjoy it, a roll of the shoulders. Super. And then we're going to do our downward facing dog with our chair. So hands onto the back of the chair, stepping the feet away and just easing the hips away as you lengthen the torso down towards the floor. A little wiggle of the hips from side to side for those who enjoy that, or a lengthen of one leg and the other. If you prefer the more twisting motion, you can look underneath one arm and then the other as you prefer. Lifting in the belly all of the time, just to find that sense of length and really pressing down into the hands as we do. Take a moment in stillness in your full pose. Gentle deep breath in and out. And then soften the knees, looking forward as we walk forward into our chairs to stand upright. And whilst we're at our chairs, we can roll the shoulders or hold on, whichever feels better to you. Now, I did take my jumper off briefly, but it's going back on again because we're going to come back down to sitting on our chairs to do something called, well, actually, I suppose it is a Tibetan alternate nostril breathing technique, but it's often called the Tibetan cleansing ritual. So I want to get my blanket ready as well, so that I can be nice and warm. And you'll have to excuse me, I just need to take a quick sip of water. Got a little bit of a dry throat. Super stuff. So as we're coming towards relaxation anyway, you might like to wrap yourself in your blanket to begin with. Don't put on any extra layers that you feel the need of now. But we're not going to sit all the way back in our chairs yet. We're going to sit towards the front so that we can be supported by the feet pressing into the floor and that sense of length in the back of the body. Now, if you haven't done this for a while, I'd recommend watching while I demonstrate rather than joining in straight away. So we're going to take our hands and place them in Chin Mudra, which is the first finger and thumb towards each other, and the rest of the fingers are long. And when we close our nostrils, we're going to close them with the third finger tip pressing on the fleshy part of the outside of the nose. So not putting the fingers into the nose, but just closing that fleshy part of the nose towards the center of the nose. And we don't want to press so hard that we move the nose across the face either. So just bear that in mind. So we are going to actually start with an exhale on the left nostril. So I'm just demonstrating for now. We sit tall, you breathe in as you take the right arm out to the side and up, and then you bend at the elbow and close the right nostril with the right fingertip. And as you breathe out, you draw that elbow down to your side. And then we do the same thing. We breathe in through both nostrils as we lift the left arm up. We bend at the elbow, close the left nostril with the left fingertip, and then breathe out as we bring the elbow down to the side. So this is a variation of alternate nostril breathing. We go from side to side. If you're ready, you can join in now, or you can simply rest and do some deep breathing, or join in whenever you're ready. So we'll sit tall to begin with, a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. And then we breathe in, raising the right arm up, closing the right nostril and breathing out through the left as we lower the right elbow down. Breathe in, raise the left arm up. Close the left nostril. Breathe out through the right nostril as we lower the left elbow down. Breathe in, right arm up, breathing in through both nostrils. Bend at the elbow, close the right nostril, breathing out, right elbow down. Breathe in, left arm up. Closing the left nostril with the left fingertip, breathing out, left elbow down. Breathing in, right arm up. Bend at the elbow, close the nostril, breathing out, right elbow down. Breathing in, left elbow up. Closing the left nostril, breathing out, left elbow down. Keep going side to side. Perhaps closing your eyes if you feel familiar with the practice. Gazing gently downward if you prefer. One more to each side. So that you've finished exhaling through the left nostril. Release your hands down, relax the fingers, and just take a moment to allow your breath to settle into its natural rhythm, becoming aware of the effect of your practice. Whenever you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Take a few deeper breaths through both nostrils at the same time, in and out, and rolling your shoulders. It's not unusual to feel a little congestion sometimes when you do that, so if you feel like you need to blow your nose, feel free. This Tibetan cleansing ritual is really balancing for our energies, and it's very calming. If you feel yourself getting overwhelmed or overwrought, then you can bring yourself back to center, and you'll be strong in the center of your mind as well as in your body. Okay, so still at the center, at the front of your seat, we're going to bring the feet and knees and ankles close together and try to keep the thighs towards each other as we sit tall, and then just a gentle twist from one side to the other. So reaching the right hand behind you, left hand across the body, nice and lifted in the belly muscles as we twist to the opposite side. And we're going to go side to side. If you wish to here, you can do a little breath, breathing in as you return to the center and breathing out as you twist. Breathing into the center and breathing out as you twist. And that should keep your movement nice and slow and steady. And it's really lovely to coordinate the breath and movement together. See if you feel comfortable turning your head into the pose as well. That helps the shoulders to turn a little bit more, keeping the thighs, knees, ankles all moving towards each other. Let's do one more to each side. And then we're going to hold. So turning to the right and holding, and just making sure the feet are still pressing down and knees towards each other, shoulders soft, turning your head to wherever feels comfortable, even if it's not very far into the twist. Taking a couple of deeper breaths here. When you're ready, you can unwind your head first and then release the hands and unwind the spine, maybe a little bit to the opposite side, back to the center. Sit tall, press everything into the floor again and twist to the left. Using the arms perhaps for a little bit of leverage, making sure the knees stay together, turning your head to wherever feels comfortable, shoulders relaxed. Couple of deep breaths. To unwind, turning your head to the center first, releasing the hands, unwinding the rest of the body, turning to the opposite side and back to the center, just rolling the shoulders a little. And we're going to take our feet a little bit wider. I know you can't really see because I've got my blanket there, but about chair width apart. And then here, we're going to take the hands onto the hips and just do a gentle lean to one side and then back to the center and then over to the other side. So we start with a small-ish movement to begin with, nice and firm in the belly and the feet. And then if you wish to, you can reach one hand across the body and the other arm up and over or out to the side as you choose. It's a little bit more challenging to do that, so only do that if it feels like the right thing for you. Keeping the shoulder blades drawn towards each other to open the chest. Think about moving sideways instead of forwards. We're going to do that in a minute, so it's fine. Lovely job. And then this time, as you lean over to your left, we're just going to hang there for a moment. So you might like a hand on your waist or the chair, and then we can just roll the right shoulder towards the left knee, and then roll the right shoulder blade back behind you, maybe looking up towards the ceiling. So it's a little diagonal movement in this side bend. If it doesn't feel right for your body, just keep doing normal side bends. This is a little bit more of a spiraling motion, really opens up that space across the back of the rib cage. It's like a self-massage. When you come back to center, this time we're going to reach up through center and over to the opposite side. And again, we're rolling that left shoulder towards the right knee. So slight diagonal, and then rolling the left shoulder back to open the chest towards the ceiling. So it's just lovely spiraling movement. The belly muscles are firm, the feet are still firm into the floor as we go from one to the other. Let's do one more. And then coming up to the center, releasing the arms down, taking a moment just to wriggle through the shoulders, make any movements that feel good for the neck. And then we're going to come straight forward. So make sure you've got a substantial part of the buttocks, maybe upper thighs, on your chair, pressing the feet into the floor. Begin by sitting tall, opening the chest as you look up and lift the belly, and then folding forward from the hips. So the back stays long. We're going to rest the hands or the forearms on the knees. And then here we can just use either the hands or the forearms to press into the knees to give us an opportunity to sway the chest from side to side. Scooping the belly in, thinking about lengthening the tailbone back behind you. And if you wish to, you can either hold here, keep moving if you choose, or you can slide the hands down towards the ankles as you fold into a deeper forward bend. Relaxing the back of the neck briefly. Keeping the belly muscles scooped and activated. to come back up. We're going to slide our hands to the tops of the knees, press into the hands to lever the body back to an upright position. And as we do, we're going to take a deep breath in, take the arms wide, opening the chest as you look up and gliding the arms down behind the body. Wonderful stuff. So that is the end of our movement practice. We're going to settle ourselves back into our chairs so that we can really relax and switch off the muscles that hold us up at the back of the body. Excuse me. So just taking a moment to find your way into a comfortable spot. Let's take 2 deep breaths, sighing out through the mouth. Let all the effort of your practice go. Let your muscles begin to release. Let's do one more deep breath. Surrender your weight back and down. And then let your breath find its natural rhythm. Falling into quietness, closing your eyes if you haven't already done so, and bringing your body to stillness. Take your awareness into your face. Feel it soften. The area between the eyebrows spreading, separating. The area around your eyes releasing. Your mouth, tongue, and jaw relaxing. Allow the whole of your body to feel heavy, warm, supported, and softening down. Move your awareness to your breath and just notice your natural breath. Perhaps you find it is quite slow, smooth, and steady. Perhaps it feels quite passive and relaxed. If your mind wanders any time during relaxation, simply bring it back to your breath, allowing your body to soften a little deeper with every exhalation. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back into your hands and your feet by moving your fingers, your toes, maybe rolling wrists and ankles. When you feel ready, you can take a deep breath in and stretch the body. Maybe stretch the face in a yawn. Maybe stretch the arms and the legs. Or move in any way that feels good to you. And then when you're ready, you can bring your palms towards the center of the chest. Maybe sit slightly forward so you can find the feet firmly into the floor and lift the back of the body and draw the chin to the chest. Observing the effect of your practice today. Just noting the nurture and love that you have directed towards yourself. It's there anytime you need it. But remembering yourself throughout the rest of this week, because we have a tendency to give out the way quite a lot of the time. So remember this Monday midday hour devoted towards yourself, and take moments for yourself during the rest of the week, just for a little love and self-care. Give yourself a smile, and then when you're ready, raising your head and opening your eyes. I hope you've enjoyed this practice and feel good as a result of it. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Namaste.